Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing the most basic sun salutations flow. I figure this is one of those things that most of you probably know, but there are some of you out there that are wondering what is Surya Namaskara, what are sun salutations. So I figured I would just put together the most basic flow so that you can learn them and familiarize with them and learn the modifications and things like that. So that's what we're doing today. If this isn't your particular cup of tea, then please feel free to do any of the other flows that are on this channel. There's a whole bunch. So feel free to pick from one of those. If you're a beginner, stick around. Let's do this together, okay? So let's begin. Go ahead and come to a seated position. If you have a block, you can pop your bum up on a block. You don't have to, though. If you don't have a block, just sit in a comfortable seated position. Let's go ahead and place the hands wherever's comfortable. Close off the eyes and take a moment to center. So draw your awareness to the breath. There's no better way to bring presence into the body than to focus in on your own breath. Notice its depth, where it's circulating. Does it feel like it's getting stuck somewhere? Maybe it feels tight through the throat. Maybe you can sense it more on your nostrils or down in your belly or in your chest. Just notice where you can sense your breath. Awesome. Go ahead and blink open the eyes. All right, inhale. Bring arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Just scooping energy. Inhale, draw that energy up. Exhale, bring that energy back to yourself. Inhale, arms up. This time as you exhale, let's bring hands into Kali Mudra like this, okay? Exhale over to the right. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, really lengthen through both sides of your body, but we definitely want to feel an extra stretch and opening through that right side. Inhale back up to center. As you exhale, split the hands. Let's twist to the right. Right hand comes behind you as a kickstand. Left hand comes the outside of the right thigh. Really lengthen through the spine and then twist around your center. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, split those hands, twist to the left. Again, really inhale and grow, and exhale to ring out. Soften through your center. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands down through heart center. If you have a block, go ahead and remove the block. Let's flip around into a tabletop position. So, wrists and shoulders and knees and hips are stacked. Inhale, draw the chest forward, sit bones go back and broad, gaze comes forward. Exhale, round the spine, sit bones tuck under, chin comes to chest. Inhale, again, draw that gaze forward. Really open through the front side of your abdomen. Exhale, open through the back side of your body. Round. One more time. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Good. Come back to a neutral spine. Tuck under those toes, and then draw your bottom up to the sky for a first downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and take a moment to pedal through the feet. Lengthen through that spine. Stretch those sit bones up toward the sky. If you need to take a nice deep bend in the knees, feel free to do so that you can lengthen, and then you can begin to straighten. If your heels don't touch the ground, that's okay. Don't sweat it. Breathe here. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and walk your feet all the way forward to the hands. And then hang here in ragdoll for just a moment. Grab hold of opposite elbows if you want. You can sway from side to side. Just find whatever feels comfortable for you. All right, on an inhale, go ahead and peel the body all the way up to stand. Head and neck come last. Awesome. Now we're going to do 3 sun A's and 3 sun B's. Usually on this channel we do like 2 of each, but traditionally we do 3 of each, so that's what we're doing today. So inhale, reach arms up toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold. In this position, so we're going to break it down our first time through, okay? Because like I said, I want to make sure you guys know what you're doing through these sun salutations. So in this forward fold, make sure that the weight is evenly distributed through the entirety of your foot, okay? You don't want it all to be back in your heels. You don't want it all to be forward in the balls of your feet. You want to make sure it's evenly distributed, okay? You're straightening through the backs of your thighs, okay? And keeping that spine long. Inhale, come up halfway. So we're going to come up to a point where we can keep a flat back, okay? So it can be fingertips, it can be shins, it can be thighs, okay? Or it can be on a block. But wherever it is, you need to make sure that you can keep your spine nice and lengthened, okay? Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant those hands, step back to a high plank, okay? So we're stacking shoulders and wrists, and then we're up on our toes. Now, if you're a beginner, feel free to drop to the knees here, okay? In fact, let's all take this modified version the first time through, okay? So drop to the knees. You're still keeping a straight line between your knees and your shoulders, okay? And then we'll lower down through chaturanga, or a push-up position. So we're going to lower down. It's hard to come forward into true chaturanga if you're on your knees. So just feel like you can lower down all the way to the belly. Place your hands in front of the shoulders, and then draw them back toward you. So as if you're like squishing a bug across your mat, you're going to pull back to lift through the chest for a baby cobra. Okay, so this is your first modification, okay? Exhale, go ahead and plant those hands and come back into a downward facing dog, okay? So if you are a beginner at yoga, or if you feel like you lack certain upper body strength, that's totally okay. This modification you can take any time you need to, okay? You can drop to the knees, go through a push-up, do a baby cobra, okay? All right, inhale here. Now as you exhale, go ahead and walk your feet up to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Use your leg strength to come up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Okay, let's do this 2 more times. We're going to increase the difficulty. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, come up to that flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. You can either step or jump back to your high plank. And now, again, you're welcome to take that modification or come forward just a little bit on your toes so that you can lower down through chaturanga. Press straight up into upward facing dog. So in upward facing dog, the tops of your feet and your hands should be the only things making contact with the mat. Make sure your abs are engaged so that you're not collapsing in your low back. Okay, so you inhale here, and then exhale, tuck under those toes, draw the bottom back for a downward facing dog. Okay, so this is your slightly more advanced version, okay, of going through a vinyasa or going through chaturanga. Inhale here, and as you exhale, you can either step or jump your feet to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Awesome. We're going to do this 1 more time. And again, I'm going to give you 1 more modification to make it a little bit more difficult, and then we'll get into sun bees, okay? Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant those hands. And now this time, you can jump straight back into chaturanga. So you can jump like this, or you can take either modification, press up to upward facing dog, and come back to downward facing dog. Now you hold your downward facing dog. The thing I'm going to say about jumping back into chaturanga is make sure you have your chaturanga established, okay? You want to make sure that your elbows are stacked above your wrists, okay? And you've got your core really engaged so that you are in a plank position through the remainder of your body, okay? So you're making this position, okay? Your elbows are hugging close to your sides, okay? But if they splay out a little, it's not the end of the world. Just make sure that your elbows are stacked over your wrists, okay? Right, back to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, you can step or jump, feet to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Now, if you are a beginner and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't jump back to chaturanga, don't freak out, okay? That's something that took me a year to be able to do. And that's like practicing 6 days a week, okay? So don't kick yourself if you feel like you are doing the first modification. There's nothing wrong with that modification. It will work your body and it will help you build, okay? Don't kick yourself. All right, so those were sun A's. Now we're gonna do 3 sun B's. This is where we build even more heat. So inhale, sit back into chair position, okay? Arms come overhead, we're stacking knees above ankles. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. You can either step or jump back to your high plank. We'll move down through push-up or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now on an inhale, go ahead and lift your right leg up. You want to keep your hips square, okay? So we're not opening like this, keeping them nice and square. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Keep your hips high so you have room to place that foot between the hands. Angle your back foot about 45 degrees. Make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle. Inhale, come up for warrior 1. Take an extra breath here. Sorry, I know this is a lot of chatter. I apologize. Sorry, one more breath. Exhale, go ahead and frame your foot. Step back to a high plank, and we're gonna do another variation on which, take whichever modification you would like. To chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, to downward facing dog. Inhale, go ahead and lift the left leg up. Exhale, draw knee to the nose, plant that foot between your hands. Angle your back foot about 45 degrees. Inhale, come up. Exhale, straight away, plant those hands down. Step back to your high plank. Lower down again. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So by now you should be noticing that even if you're taking the first modification, your arms are probably feeling it a little bit. So we're still getting a workout. Okay, take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and step or jump, feet to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit back into that chair position, arms come over the head. Exhale, come to stand. Hands down through heart center. Good. Hopefully you're sweating. I am sweating. We're gonna do this 2 more times, and we're just gonna go straight through it, okay? So bear with me, you got this. Inhale, chair position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant those hands, step or jump, back to your high plank. Take your variation on the vinyasa, and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift right leg up. Exhale, draw knee to nose, plant that foot between your hands. Angle your back foot about 45 degrees. Come up for warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale, plant those hands down, step back to your high plank. Let's move through another vinyasa. You got this. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, plant that foot between your hands. Angle your back foot. Inhale, come up, warrior 1. Exhale, straight back down into your high plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment to catch your breath if you lost it. We'll hang here for just a few breaths. Sun salutations are really wonderful because they build energy, they build heat, and as you can probably feel, they can be a cardio workout as well. Just depends on your level of effort. And by level of effort, I don't mean level of difficulty, I mean level of effort. Take one more nice deep cleansing breath here. Inhale, and as you exhale, step or jump, feet to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back to that chair position. Exhale, hands down through heart center, come to stand. Good. Got one more of these. You've got it in you. Inhale, chair position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant those hands, step or jump, back to your high plank. Go ahead and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, keep those hips high, plant that foot between your hands. Angle that back foot, inhale, come all the way up. Make sure that knee is stacked over your ankle. Exhale, straight back down, high plank, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, plant that foot between the hands. Angle your back foot. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, plant them back down. Step back, take whichever variation. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew, good job. Catch your breath. Traditionally, take 5 breaths when you get back to downward facing dog. So at your own pace, feel free. The great thing about sun salutations is that you don't always have to, once you learn them, you don't have to have an instructor to walk you through them. You can kind of do your own practice, and you can build variations off of them as you wish. All right, take a nice deep inhale, and then on an exhale, go ahead and step or jump. Feet to the hands. Inhale, create some space. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back to that chair position, arms overhead. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Good job. All right, let's cool it down. Go ahead and bring arms overhead. Find a focal spot focal point or a drishti point on the wall so that you can help with balance. Inhale, come up to your tiptoes. And then as you exhale, slowly bring hands down to heart center. Make your way down into a crouch. So we're working your core, working your balance. Awesome. Go ahead and drop down to your bum. Let's extend those legs out long. Holy cow. All right. So extend through your legs. Pull the flesh off your sit bones so that you're really rooted down into the mat. Lengthen through the spine, and then as you exhale, forward fold. So if you feel like this is a struggle for you, you can grab a strap to pull this way. You don't have to be very far. You can be here and still be getting a stretch, just so long as your spine is lengthened. You want to keep that stretch in the backs of your legs, not in your low spine. Inhale to come up. Let's draw the left sole of the foot into the right thigh. Angle yourself towards that right leg. Inhale to extend tall. Exhale, forward fold towards that right leg. And then take the opportunity to start to cool in your body. Take nice deep inhales and exhales through the nose. If you have Ujjayi breathing in your practice, utilize it. If you don't know what Ujjayi breathing is, I will link to it right here. Just posted on Monday, a little tutorial for it. Inhale, come up. Go ahead and cross that left leg over the right. You can hook your arm around that left knee, or you can hook your elbow on the outside of the left knee. Either way is fine. Inhale to grow. Exhale, twist. And bring that gaze over that left shoulder. Make sure your right toes are still pointed up toward the sky. Inhale, come back forward. Extend that left leg out long. Let's draw the sole of the right foot into the left thigh. Grow tall, angle yourself toward that left leg, and forward fold to the left leg. Again, try to stay lengthened through the spine. If you're feeling a little bit in your low back, that is normal because we have the leg bent in. So if you're feeling a little on the right side, that's normal. But try to lengthen through the spine as much as you can to keep that stretch contained to your leg, your hamstrings. Inhale, come back up. Let's cross right leg over the left. Again, option to either hug or hook your elbow. Grow on an inhale. Exhale, twist. Gaze comes over that right shoulder to get it just a little bit deeper. Again, use your proprioception to check that your toes on your left foot are still pointed up toward the ceiling. See if you can soften around your center. Right, inhale, come back. Let's extend both legs out long. One more time, let's forward fold. All right, inhale, let's come back up and make our way down to a supine position. So we're laying down on our backs. Okay. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Flex that left foot to protect your knee joint. Thread the hands behind the right thigh. And as you exhale, draw those legs toward you. If you want, you can use your left elbow to press on the inside of your left thigh to get just a little bit deeper into that hip opener. Awesome. Go ahead and place that right foot down, bring your arms out to the side, and then drop both legs over to the right. So your left knee should be pointed up toward the ceiling. We're getting a nice little spinal twist. You can bring your gaze over that left shoulder if you want to get just a little bit deeper. Both shoulder blades are plugged down into the mat. Right, inhale, come back up to center. Let's reverse the legs. So we're crossing right ankle over the left knee. Flex that right ankle. Thread the hands behind that left thigh. Draw those legs toward you. Again, always that option to open using your right elbow. This is your time to start to come down. Built up a lot of heat and energy. Now you can just let it settle. All right, go ahead and place that left foot down. Bring your arms out to the sides. Drop both legs over to the left this time. Again, always that option to turn your gaze over that right shoulder to get a little bit deeper. And inhale, come back up to center. Let's make our way into Shavasana. So 2 options for you in Shavasana. You can either bring your feet to the wide edge of the mat, topple the knees in toward the center. Just make sure you're maintaining a little bit of a curve in your low spine. Or you can extend legs out long, allow your feet to just drop out to the side. Either way, make sure that you're tucking your shoulder blades underneath the back and then close off the eyes. And now imagine that this wave of relaxation is just starting at the top of your head and making its way down your face, the sides of your head, the back of your head, your neck, your collarbones and shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers, your chest and upper back, your mid-back, your abdomen and lower back, pelvis and hips, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. And allow that wave of relaxation to help you just sink down into the mat. Feel the rise and the fall of your belly with your breath. Just watch that breath come and go. Whether it's in the belly, the throat, or the nose where you feel it, just watch it come and go. All right, go ahead and begin to make some subtle moves with the fingers and toes. And then as soon as you feel ready, go ahead and begin to roll to whichever side feels comfortable to you today, and make your way up into a seated position with your eyes remaining closed. Draw your energy down to the sit bones connected to the mat. Bring hands to heart center. Blink open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. If this was your first time doing sun salutations, please let me know how it went for you in the comments below. If not, then thank you for flowing with me anyway today. I hope that this has been helpful for you in terms of learning modifications and things like that, and I hope that it will be useful to you going forward. Please join me again on Monday. We will be breaking down the alignment for a downward facing dog, I think is what we're doing on Monday. It's some kind of a sauna tip or trip, so I will see you then. Have a swell day.